Welcome to Restorative Yoga in my yoga room at home. So we're going to be doing some gentle stretching and a little bit of restorative cushioning and comfort level we'll find along the way. So today all I'm going to be using is 2 couch pillows that I have for my living room. That's going to be my little bolster support. And I'm going to ask that you also have a strap, and of course, some of you might not have straps at home. That's okay. If you have a belt, a bathrobe string, or even a towel, it's a perfect strap as well. So we'll get started. I want to lie down on our backs and just begin to get a little bit more comfortable in this space and see how we feel. So clear our mats and head on down. And just start with your knees bent, feet on the floor. We'll rest the palms on the low belly and just take a couple deep breaths in and a deep breath out. And just a few more of those full inhales, feeling the sides of the ribs, the front of the chest, and the back body expanding across. And on the exhale, feel everything kind of squeeze back in towards the center. Another more deep breath, open the jaw, exhale a sigh. Okay. And so allowing yourself to kind of turn inward here. We're going to move slow, we're going to breathe deeply, and hopefully create some space in the body. So let's draw the right knee in towards the belly, grab on towards your shin, and just start by rolling your right ankle around in a few circles, going one way and then the other. And you might point the foot and flex the foot. And while you're flexing the foot, can you curl the toes into a little fist? And then relax the foot. And we're going to extend the left leg long towards the front of the room. And I want you to try and seal the back of your left leg to the floor as you squeeze right thigh to the belly. Let's take a deep breath in together. Exhale a sigh. Another deep breath, feeling the low back expanding against the floor. Keep squeezing the thigh to the belly. Exhale with release. And then we're going to start to bend the left knee. Place the left foot onto the floor. And we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So coming into a figure 4 shape, just flexing your right toes. You might gently be working your knee towards the front of the room. Now from here you can choose to keep your left foot on the ground, or maybe you draw the knees in towards your chest. You might catch the back of your hamstring or maybe your shin. And we're just going to gently rock from side to side. Now taking time to pause, to relax the jaw, soften the forehead. And then together we're going to extend left heel high to the ceiling. Flex your left toes towards your face. And then we're going to slowly start to bend the left knee, place the foot down towards the floor, and lower the right foot to follow. From here, sorry about my cat, from here draw your left knee in towards your chest. And we're going to squeeze the thigh towards the belly, and then extend your right leg long towards the front of the room. So you can roll the ankle around, point the foot, flex the foot, curl the toes. And then take a couple deep breaths here, squeezing the thigh to the belly. Another deep breath. One more. And from here, we're going to bend the right foot, place it on the mat, cross the left ankle over the thigh. So creating that figure 4 shape here. We're going to draw the knees in towards the chest, or maybe keep your right foot on the floor if you don't on the other side. And maybe some gentle rocking. Maybe you choose to stay still. And just allowing yourself to breathe. See if you can relax the back of your shoulders and your neck. And try your best not to reach your chin towards the ceiling. Maybe you can keep it a little bit more in line with your chest. And then together we're going to extend right heel high to the ceiling, flexing the toes back towards you. You're going to lower right foot down towards the mat and left foot to follow. So you might separate your feet about as wide as your mat and just drop your knees over towards the right. You may look over your left shoulder And then we're going to bring the knees up and over towards the left, and you're going to look over your right shoulder. So letting that right leg be heavy, a couple breaths. And we'll start to bring the knees up through the center. Now I want you to locate your strap, and whatever you've got is the perfect thing that you need. So just draw your right knee in towards your chest. We're going to loop the sole of the right foot with whatever you've got for your strap, and flex your right toes towards your face, reach your heel high. So just some gentle movements here. Maybe it's back and forth, maybe it's side to side, maybe you're actually drawing a circle on the ceiling using the heel of your foot. It's one of the things that I like to do here. And if you do choose the root of the circle, make sure you go the other way as well, so reversing it. And then we'll start to make our way back through the center. Just gently draw the leg in towards you. Maybe it's an inch, maybe it's a centimeter closer. And then we're going to take the strap in towards the right hand, reaching up a little bit higher. You're going to tee out your left arm, and we're going to take the right leg over towards the right side of the room. So you want to open up that inner hip. So you want to be mindful of your left hip and its connection to the mat. So make sure we might need to press that left hand down on top of the left hip crease. So we want the hips to be even. So a couple breaths here. Trying your best to not carry that tension from the right fist up into the arm, the shoulder, and the neck. You kind of want to keep it, contained in the palm of the hand. And from here, we'll inhale, lifting the right leg back up through the center. So take the strap into two hands, and we're going to extend the left leg long towards the front of the room. So give yourself a moment to kind of adjust to the opening. You can always bend your right leg. That's going to help with the hamstring. Just make sure you keep reaching up through the heel of your foot. From here, we're going to take the strap into the left hand, and I want you to tee out your right arm. So we're going to take the right heel about 10 to 15 inches over to the left. And once you get there, you're going to start to feel some sensation on the outside of your leg. If you're comfortable here, you're keeping both hips on the mat. You might take your right hand, slide your thumb into your hip crease, and then just gently press your thigh towards the front of the room, while you also simultaneously kind of give a gentle pull back with the left hand on the strap, creating some nice opening in the side of the leg. So let's take a few breaths. Really expanding through the belly. Exhale a sigh. 2 more. One more. Exhale the breath out. Now I'm bringing the leg back up through the center. We're going to bend the left knee, place the foot on the floor, release the strap, and lower the right foot down. So just interlace your fingers for a moment, flip your palms up towards the ceiling, just giving your knuckles, your fists a little bit of a break. We're going to reach the hands up and over your head, stretching towards the back of the room. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands back down by our side, grab that strap, and we'll take the left foot up in 2. So bringing the left leg up, just flex the toes, a little bit of gentle movement here, back and forth, side to side, maybe it's a circle. Try your best to soften the backs of your hips to the mat while you're here. And if you go one way in the circle, reverse it. And making your way back through the center, we're going to take the strap into the left hand, reaching up a little bit higher. Tee out the right arm, and we're going to take the left leg over towards the left side of the room. So you might remind yourself to keep that right hip grounded. A couple breaths here. And then we're going to inhale, bring that left leg back up through the center. So hold on to the strap with both hands. We're going to take the right leg long towards the mat. And see if you can give a gentle pull back of that left leg. Remember, you can always bend the knee and reach the heel up to create the opening but lessen any tension through the kneecap. So from here, we're going to take the strap in towards the right hand. Tee out your left arm. We're going to take left heel about 10 to 15 inches over towards the right. So then you can slide your left thumb in towards that thigh and hip crease. Give it a gentle press towards the front of the room as you might maybe pull back slightly using that right hand on the strap. A few deep breaths here. Try and keep both hips on the mat. Keep having your right toes flex towards the ceiling, left toes towards the face. And from here, we're going to inhale, bring the leg back up through the center. Bend your right knee, get the foot on the mat. We're going to release the strap and lower the foot down. So letting go of the strap to the side of the room, just draw both knees in towards the chest. Let's gently rock from side to side. Maybe even a circle here, massaging out all four corners of the low back. Going one way, then the other. Okay, so from here we're going to tee out the arms. Drop both of the knees over towards the right. Bring your gaze towards the ceiling or over your left shoulder. Now, balloon through the belly here. Expand. And on the exhale, draw belly button in towards the spine. And see if you can produce that breath about 2 more times here. And we'll start to bring the knees up through the center, dropping them over towards the left, switching the gaze. Couple breaths here. Relax the back body, soften the hips, encourage the breath. And from here, bring your knees up through the center. Let's lower the feet towards the mat. I want you to roll on towards whichever side calls to you. Taking a moment to pause on your side, and then leaving your head last to come up. Let's press in towards the hands, making our way up towards the seat. Okay, so from here, finding yourself in a straddle position on your mat. So we're going to extend both legs out long towards the sides of the room. And take a moment to flex your feet back towards your face and then point your toes. So flex your feet and point your toes. One more time. And from here, letting your legs, your feet kind of relax into whatever position feels best for them. We'll start with the right arm down the leg, reaching the left arm up and over. Think sideways stretch. I want you to drop your gaze towards your right shoulder, maybe to the mat. Keep spreading through the left fingers. You want to keep that hand active. If the arm lifted over your head is too much, know that you can always flip the palm and lower the arm back down by your side. Wherever you choose to be right now, breathe. Expand the left rib cage with each inhale. And from here, we're going to inhale, making your way back up through the center, just dropping that left hand down. Right arm's going to come right up and over, dropping the gaze towards the floor. A couple of deep breaths here. And from here, inhale, making your way back up through the center. Let's draw the shoulders up towards the ears, to the back of the room, and then down your back. So one more time, up, back, and down. Nice. So we're going to take the right leg, and I want you to bring it in towards your inner thigh. Taking the right leg in towards the inner thigh. We're just going to reach the arm down the leg, come on up and over. And from here, reaching out through that right arm. See if you can kind of walk it away from you a little bit more so you can come down onto your forearm and then reach that opposite hand. And from here, pressing in towards the right palm, rising up, we're going to switch the legs. Okay, so sliding the right arm down, left arm comes up and over. A couple breaths here. And then coming towards the opposite side, extending out through that hand, and reaching the arm up and over. Take a breath, drop the gaze, and from here, making our way back through the center. So let's bring the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide. I want you to curl on towards your toes here with your finger, lift up through the chest, and on the exhale, let's find a forward fold. Some of you might like the elbows in, others might like to bring the elbows to the outsides of the shins. Wherever you are, chin to chest, let the forehead drop down. Taking a couple belly breaths here, expanding through the hips. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lifting up through the center. And let's bring the legs together and extend them long out towards the front of the room. So reaching the arms up towards the ceiling, drop your shoulders down, flex your feet, take a deep breath. Inhale, lift the ribs, exhale, forward fold. So letting the chin drop down, maybe the hands come to the shin, the thighs, the floor, your toes, whatever you can reach. And allow yourself to kind of maybe experiment with a little bit of an inhale. Halfway lift, drawing your chest towards your feet. And on the exhale, just bowing back down. You can do that a few times on your own, just using your in-breath to lift, to rise, to lengthen. The exhale to forward fold, to slowly kind of roll through the spine. So the next time you find yourself exhaling into the forward fold, let's pause there. And we're going to inhale, slowly starting to walk yourself back up towards the seat. And we're going to bring the legs out towards the side of the room. So I want you to grab your 2 pillows. Maybe it's just one big pillow. I had debated actually using the seat part of my couch, but I know that some people might not have a seat that kind of pulls out from the rest of the couch. So we're just going to do 2 pillows. Maybe there are pillows from your bedroom, maybe they're pillows from the couch. Just enough support that you can kind of give yourself a decent cushion so it's not flat to the floor. So you might need to use more than 2 pillows. Maybe you only need 1 pillow. All right, so we're going to start by just bringing the right hip up against the pillows, or I'm going to call it the bolster for today. So we're going to bring our hip up against the bolster. And I want you to decide maybe if you want to stack your knees and ankles, that's going to be a gentler twist, or maybe you choose to stagger your legs. So that would mean right foot goes into left thigh, and left foot's kind of working its way towards the back. All right, so take a deep breath in. Exhale a sigh. And from here, we're going to work on turning the chest towards the bolster. You might plant one hand on either side of your pillow. Take a deep breath in, lift up through the heart. And then on the exhale, we're going to slowly start to recline down, where you're going to bring your hands out and then turn towards the cheek and rest your head. So in the spinal twist, let's take about 5 to 10 deep breaths. And while you're here, I want you to think about softening any tense muscles in the body. So a lot of times we don't even realize it, but we are holding and gripping. So see if you can be mindful of the fact that maybe I could let go just a little bit more right now. Is there any place in my body that is holding some tension? Let's take one more deep breath here. Let's bring the palms right under your shoulders. Inhale, presses up. I want you to take your right hand and place it on top of the pillow. Left hand down towards the foot of the left leg, or maybe even towards the front of the mat. We're going to reach the right arm up and over. I want you to think side bend, nice stretch through the waist, and then coming back through the center. So all we're going to do here is just take the pillows to the opposite side, or maybe you just turn around. I'm going to stick with staggering my legs. Maybe you stacked your knees, and I'd suggest to do the same. Of course, if you're dealing with an injury, then maybe it looks different on either side, and that's okay. So just take a deep breath in. Bring that pillow right up towards your hip, so you kind of want to get your thigh and line flat with it. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to slowly start to recline down. Relax your jaw, a few breaths. And close your eyes. Just allow yourself to soften into the cushion, soften into whatever is beneath you that's giving you support right now. Take one more deep breath in together. Work the palms under the shoulders. Inhale up. And take the left hand onto the pillow, reaching the right hand out maybe to the foot or towards the top edge of the mat. We're just going to bring that left arm up and over, lengthening out through the side waist, and then coming back through the center. All right, so I'm going to leave my pillows where they are. All I'm going to do is now turn so that my spine is towards the back of it. So I'm going to kind of stagger the pillows just a little bit so that it's a little bit flatter here, and then it's going to rise up. So the pillows are probably about, maybe an inch or two off of each other in height-wise. All right, so we're going to just slowly recline back, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Let your head be supported. If you need extra support, grab a blanket or maybe an extra pillow. I'm sure you've got plenty at home right now. So, if the knees out wide is too much, know that you can bring your knees towards the ceiling or extend the legs out long towards the front of the room. Otherwise, just allow yourself to soften through the hips. Another added piece that you could add here is 2 pillows on either sides of your legs. And that's going to bring you a lot of support so that you can relax deeper into the pose. So, just allowing yourself to start your inhale at the lowest point of your belly and work that inhale all the way up towards your chest. And when you get to the top of your inhale, I want you to think, release the belly from the lowest point of your belly, release the breath, and then working your way all the way up towards the chest. So just moving that breath in a wave-like motion, coming up and down the body. From here, let's help support the sides of the thighs as we bring the knees back together. Extend your legs out long if you're not there already. I want you to point your toes and flex your feet. We're going to interlace the fingers, flip the palms up towards the ceiling, and then reach the arms overhead. I want you to think big breath here. Full body yawn. Let those arms come back down by your side. You're going to bend your knees, feet on the floor. Let's roll off the side of the bolster that feels comfortable for you. Pressing towards your hands, letting the head last to rise, making your way up towards the seat. Okay. So, for our final pose today, we're going to do legs up the wall, which is a great restorative pose. And if you are ever dealing with insomnia, anxiety, low back pain, sciatica, this is a great pose for you, for all of us. And it's something that I tend to try and do before I go to bed at night for about 3 to 5 minutes up my headboard. So I'm just going to scoot nice and close towards the wall. The easiest way I know how to get into it is just come sideways, doesn't matter which hip, and then walk your hands towards the center of the room, away from the wall. So once you get your hands a little bit more towards the center, come down towards your forearms, and then we're going to swing the legs up at the same time, allowing yourself to get nice and close towards the wall. So for some of us, we might be really far away from the wall, and if that's the case, then you're going to need to sway from side to side, kind of army crawling on your back to get your sits bones, maybe the backs of your thighs up against the wall. So take your time to get there. I know sometimes it's not always the easiest to kind of get our legs up and invert ourselves, but when you do, it'll definitely be worth it. I want you to tee out your arms, relax your jaw, take a couple deep breaths here. And from here, I want you to bend your knees, place your feet on the wall like you're trying to draw your thighs into your belly. Just walking the heels gently down. Take a deep breath in, exhale a sigh, and then from here I want you to think Malasana. So it's that wide yogi squat. We've got heels in, toes out. Allowing yourself to kind of hang out in this pose without gravity bearing down on us might make it a little bit more comfortable for the low back to flatten out towards the floor, increasing the length of the spine. So expand through the belly, create some space in the hips. And gently helping your feet come back together, your knees together. Let's lengthen the legs long towards the ceiling again. Now, we're going to pause here and hang out for the remainder of our Shavasana in this pose. But know, if legs at the wall isn't really serving your body today and you prefer to lie on your back or your side or your belly, know that those are all viable options to bring comfort to you. And remember, that's the most important part. And so wherever you are, maybe just bringing your hands onto your body. So it's your belly, maybe it's your heart, maybe it's just somewhere on you that you can make contact, can feel the presence of your hands. And I want you to think about breathing into your palms. And feel free to stay here as long as you'd like, long after the video ends. You know, stay here for whatever amount of time feels perfect. And wherever you are, maybe if you're ready to come out, you might bend your knees a little bit and just roll off on towards one side. You know, take a moment to maybe cradle your head and just support yourself and giving the spine a moment to adjust. And from here, we'll slowly press in towards the hands, making your way up towards that seat. And I want you to come towards any comfortable seated position. I'm actually going to choose to sit on one of my pillows to bring some elevation to my hips. Alrighty. And bring your hands on towards your lap. Maybe it's your heart and belly, maybe it's just your heart, or even in prayer. And let's take a deep breath in together, close the eyes, exhale, bowing the forehead down. You know, bowing our heads into our practice with love and with gratitude. And I really want to thank all of you who are joining me online, welcoming me into your homes. It is truly an honor, and I hope that you can feel my love from afar away. Namaste.